Your prospects don't need a discount, they need to feel safe. Here's something that will probably challenge everything you have been taught about sales. Two salespeople can present the exact same product at the exact same price to the exact same customer. One closes the deal, the other hears, let me think about it. The difference isn't persuasion, it isn't negotiation, and it definitely isn't price. It's something almost no sales training talks about: emotional safety. And once you understand this, you'll stop chasing deals and start guiding decisions. Hi, I am Anupam Singh, founder of Smart Cell Nation. In the psychology pillar of our SPAR framework, we study one principle that completely changes how you approach high ticket sales. People don't buy when they are convinced, they buy when they feel safe enough to decide. Today, I'll show you why your deals really get stuck. The one psychological shift that unlocks movement, and a real example that proves it. Most salespeople believe deals stall because of the price is too high, they're comparing competitors, they're not serious, they don't have a budget. Sometimes those reasons are true, but in most high ticket sales, they are just convenient explanations. Think about the last time someone told you, I need to discuss it with my spouse. We need to discuss internally. This isn't the right time. Notice something interesting. None of these statements are actually about your product. They're about the buyer's emotional state. Because every high ticket purchase creates risk. Not financial risk alone, but emotional risk. The buyer is asking themselves questions they may never say out loud. What if I make the wrong decision? What if this fails? Will everyone blame me? Will I look foolish? That is where deals actually get stuck. Not in your proposal, not in your pricing, but inside the buyer's mind. Now, here's where most salespeople accidentally destroy deals. The buyer hesitates, so the salesperson immediately responds with more features, more brochures, more presentations, more comparisons, more discounts, more follow up. Think about that. The buyer has an emotional problem, and we respond with logical information. It's like trying to fix anxiety with a spreadsheet. Logic cannot solve emotional uncertainty. In fact, too much information often creates even more anxiety because now the buyer has even more things to evaluate. That's why elite closers don't immediately answer objections. They first understand the fear behind the objection because objections are rarely the problem, they are symptoms. Here's the idea I want you to remember: people don't buy when they are convinced. People buy when they feel emotionally safe. So, what creates emotional safety? Three things. Number one, clarity. People fear confusion, and buyers clearly understand their problem, their options, the process, what happens next. Their anxiety drops. Confused buyers don't buy, clear buyers do. Number two, confidence. Notice, I didn't say certainty. Nobody can promise certainty. But buyers need confidence that uncertainty can be managed. That's why saying we'll support you throughout implementation is often far more powerful than saying everything will go perfectly. Confidence beats certainty. Number three, control. Nobody likes feeling pressure. The moment buyers feel they are being pushed, their brain automatically resists. Instead of trying to close, guide, ask, clarify, help them think. When buyers feel they are making the decision instead of having a decision made for them, they move much faster. That's emotional safety. Let me give you a real example. I worked with a luxury vehicle dealership where a business owner was considering purchasing a high end SUV. He absolutely loved the vehicle. The test drive that went brilliantly. The specifications matched perfectly. Budget wasn't an issue. Yet the deal kept getting delayed. The salesperson assumed it was about negotiating price. So he offered discount, free accessories, extended warranty. Nothing worked. When we looked deeper, the real concern surfaced. The buyer quietly admitted, if this vehicle doesn't turn out to be the right decision, my partners will question why I approved such an expensive purchase. That changed everything. The problem wasn't the price. The problem was perceived risk. Instead of discussing discounts, the conversation shifted. We showed him the ownership experience, connected him with another business owner who had purchased the same model, walked him through after sales support. Suddenly, the emotional uncertainty disappeared. The deal closed without needing additional discounting because the buyer finally felt safe. So here's the lesson. The next time a deal gets stuck, don't ask, how do I convince them? Ask, what is making them feel unsafe? Because buyers rarely need more persuasion, they need more reassurance. Remember this, price creates objections, fear creates delay, safety creates decisions. The salesperson who understands psychology will almost always outperform the salesperson who only memorizes scripts. And that's exactly why psychology is one of the four pillars of the SPAR framework. If this changed the way you think about sales, subscribe to Smart Sell Nation. On this channel, I share practical strategies on sales psychology, AI, strategy, and systems that help you sell smarter, not harder. And tell me in the comments, what's the most common reason your prospects give when they delay making a decision? I'd love to read your experiences and I'll personally reply with my thoughts. See you in the next video.